I do not stand here to say I'm an expert on social media. I'm standing here to give you my personal take on social media and its role in changing my life and changing the life of my nation. I think I agree with the definition of social media, defining social media as a group of internet-based applications that build on the ideological and technological foundation of Web 2.0, which allow the creation and exchange of user-generated content. Yes, it is the user-generated content. It is the sharing of your idea and information. Whether you are posting your idea on Facebook or posting your idea on a printed poster at your local magazine, at your local school, at the end, it's your generated content. It's your sharing of ideas and information. Today, I want to present a personal view rather than an expert testimonial on social media. From the time I was born, we had only two types of media. There is this huge, highly funded, state-run media, which the government monitored and censored. Then there is this secretive activism. This was this weak, cheap, and quiet other media. This was my role in the media. As an Egyptian activist, I was always part of the other media, which has transformed in more recent years thanks to the social media. As I think back, my first piece of content, or my first piece of shared ideas, I've done it when I was a 13-year-old student. I spent the night working on what we call in Egypt Majallatul Ha'id, or wall magazine. Do you know what this wall magazine is? It is a big handmade poster that we hang on the school to share news, articles, and information. So after completing the wall magazine, I went to the school early this morning, ensuring I would arrive before anyone arrived to school. While continually looking over my shoulder, I hung the wall magazine, which contained some anti-governmental articles and cartoons. On this day, and on this day only, I first learned the need of anonymity. I learned the barriers that I have to overcome to be heard. After posting this thought, it took only an hour for this taboo of information to spread. Students were pushing left or right to get to see the shared ideas. I stood there listening to hear their thoughts and their feedback. Sadly, this feedback didn't come quickly enough. As quickly as the wall poster went up, it came down. On a crusade, the principal came to cut my poster, putting an end to my first sharing of idea, putting an end to my attempt to be a political activism. No sooner did the students make it to the wall poster, they were quickly ushered away. They left to not stand in the way of the principal. He came on a mission. This is when I noticed the second need of collaboration. It is not simply about your ideas being anonymous. It is also about the reaction to the content, the collaboration to ensure the spread of your ideas. Standing there looking at my first wall magazine being cut and shredded by the principal, my poster was quickly went away. I realized my third barrier. My third barrier was the limited lifespan of my ideas. Living in Egypt under Mubarak regime, one quickly learns the quick response time of the official to respond to political activism. My shared idea and information lasts only as long as the time it took for me to present it or post it till the time the authorities remove it, which usually quick. Mixed emotions of joy of what I had accomplished as a mere 13-year-old boy, and having what they call my 5 minutes of heaven, as I stood there watching my peers read and enjoy. And of course, the frustration of knowing that barriers had stood in my way of sharing this information with everyone, and knowing that I cannot stand up for what I believe was right. At that time, I quickly learned the fourth barrier. Yes, I felt isolated. I wondered there at thoughts and comments and suggestions. I wonder if this feeling I had of the government were widely shared. I wonder if others believed as I did. I felt totally isolated. Yes, these four barriers I quickly learned the four barriers. I learned that my shared ideas and information must be anonymous, with no interactivity, which then quickly dies, and thus leaving me feeling isolated. Well, that didn't stop my crusade. Later, during my years at the medical school, friends and I were trying to push the boundaries of these four barriers that suffocated the sharing of ideas. Knowing posters would be ripped, brochures and flyers would be trashed, and all displays forbidden. We went a bit over the edge. We took it to the next level. We decided to stay in the medical school at night after everyone had left. After deciding this, we hid in the school and decided to make our points well known by publishing it on the walls using paint. At 9 p.m. and after everyone left the medical school, we came out from our hiding, holding our paints, brushes, and starting writing. We were actually writing and tweeting our thoughts on the buildings. Yes, years before Twitter, our anti-government short messages were being shared in the walls of our school, while still keeping our anonymity, and even while having little collaboration from anyone, and while we're still feeling isolated. However, we're still more defined. At least now our shared ideas and information will not have a short life to live. At least not so short. At least we have broken one of the four barriers. And morning will come, and we'll proudly see the display of our first broken barriers. Yes, tomorrow will come. Our effort weren't that easy. We left the school through a construction zone to avoid the main gate, because of course we'll be arrested if we leave through the main gate. There was a bit of scare with some watchdogs at the construction site. They chased us and even succeeded at biting a couple of us. Oh well, it was still a victory. The morning came at the school. The morning came and we came to the school thinking that we'll see the victory, but everything was gone. The school official had quickly brought construction workers with paint to cover our slogans and our, they have succeeded at rebuilding the barrier. They may have succeeded, but we'll never be defeated. Next step, we went back to the good old paper. We began our secretive mission to publishing a school magazine. We printed 3,000 copies of this issue, which was sold out in just a few hours. While trying to keep our anonymity, we faced threats of expulsion from the medical school and, of course, arrest. But we weren't about to stop. The magazine was a success. It outlasted the short life, the barrier of short life. As a matter of fact, I still have a couple of issues of this magazine. We went ahead and we created the second issue. At this point, we had to stop. The threats of expulsion and arrest was definitely a risk. However, we were not done. The activists inside us grew. As my medical school neared end, popularity of the internet grew. I began blogging. As I blogged more, the short life barrier continued to break down. While still remaining anonymous, I blogged my political humor, satire, and articles related to the political situation in Egypt. Then, as familiarity with blogging grew, commenting did too. With this collaboration barrier starting to fall, although not entirely, we still had a long road to go.